Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talking Pro Football. I am Michael Carlyle, navigating through the offseason in the National Football League. We have got free agency starting up in a couple of weeks. We've had some announcements about international games from the league this week. The Combine starts this week. Remember, you can watch the Combine on NFL Network. You can also stream it on Fubo TV beginning on Thursday from Indianapolis. 5 NFL teams will play in international games in 2022 in 3 different countries, highlighted by the Green Bay Packers' first international trip and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing the first ever regular season game in Germany. The Arizona Cardinals will play in the NFL's first game in Mexico since 2019, while the Packers will be joined by the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints in playing games in the UK, and the Bucs do debut the first NFL regular season game in Germany. The Kyler Murray Arizona Cardinals saga has taken a public turn. Murray's agent, Eric Burkhart, said in a statement released on Monday that the quarterback has sent a detailed contract proposal to the Cardinals. The statement noted that in order to consistently compete for championships, the franchise needs long-term stability. Read between the lines, a long-term contract extension for Kyler Murray. Speaking of quarterbacks, want a little Tom Brady news? Sure you do. All those rumors about Brady maybe not being set on retirement, they may have some legs after all. Apparently, Brady still hasn't filed his paperwork with the league, making his retirement official. How did this news come to light? Well, it came to light after a story was published about the Miami Dolphins being interested in luring Brady to be a part of their ownership group. That's something that can't happen until his retirement is official. It's also possible that Brady's doing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a solid here. Depending on when they place him on the retirement list, will greatly affect how their salary cap is impacted for this season. If they're able to wait, it can be split out after 2 seasons. So I don't know really what to read into the Tom Brady stuff. My guess is he made the announcement, he's retired, and he's going to stay retired. But until that paperwork is officially filed with the league, let the debates continue. Good news, the New Orleans Saints create nearly $34 million in salary cap space after restructuring 3 marquee contracts, those being of wide receiver Michael Thomas, offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk, and guard Andreas Peat. Great news there. The bad news for the Saints, they're still $42 million over the projected salary cap of $202.8 million for the upcoming season. So still a lot of work to be done by the Saints before free agency starts. Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive lineman Ali Marpet, coming off the best season of his career, has announced he is retiring at 28 years of age. Marpet was a Pro Bowler this past season. Cincinnati Bengals linebacker Logan Wilson had successful surgery to repair a torn labrum in his shoulder. Wilson had the procedure last week. He's expected to make a full recovery. The second-year player out of Wyoming suffered the injury in a Week 13 loss to the Chargers. He missed the next 3 games but returned in Week 17 to help the Bengals clinch a playoff berth and played through the Super Bowl. LA Rams coach Sean McVay has made it emphatic he is not pursuing any television opportunities and is committed to helping Los Angeles defend their Super Bowl title. The New York Post, citing sources, reported late last week that McVay had been set to meet with Amazon possibly willing to offer him as much as 5 years and $100 million. Remember, Amazon will stream Thursday Night Football exclusively on Prime Video starting this season. Matt Nagy is reunited with Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Nagy, who was fired last month after 4 seasons as the head coach of the Chicago Bears, returns to the Chiefs as a senior assistant and quarterbacks coach. Nagy was with the Chiefs for 5 seasons from 2013 through 2017, finishing as offensive coordinator in his final season when Patrick Mahomes was a rookie and he was the backup to Alex Smith. Nagy was the co-offensive coordinator in 2016 and quarterbacks coach in his first 3 years with Kansas City. Speaking of the Chiefs, Eric Bieniemy in Kansas City are going to run it back at least 1 more year. The team's offensive coordinator for the past 4 seasons is returning to the team on a 1-year deal. Bieniemy's name has come up for virtually every head coaching job the last couple of seasons, but he's yet to find a job. Green Bay Packers want to keep Davante Adams, and they may have to in order to convince Aaron Rodgers to come back for another year. If they're not able to make that happen, several teams are reportedly waiting patiently to pursue the star wide receiver. Adams is set to become a free agent, but the Packers are working to clear the necessary salary cap space to re-sign him. They could also use the franchise tag. According to Pro Football Network, 4 AFC teams have interest in signing Adams if he leaves Green Bay. Look, according to me, every team has interest in signing Davante Adams if that opportunity arises, and all that sounds well and good. Here's the cold, hard facts here. Adams will not become a free agent. The Packers will not allow that to happen. They will franchise tag him. If they do decide they can't meet his salary demands long term, maybe they trade him, but they're not going to just let him become a free agent and walk away. It's wishful thinking. It makes for good fodder, but that's not going to happen. And finally, today, the Washington Commanders want to replace FedEx Field with a new state-of-the-art stadium, and the team is currently eyeing 3 potential sites. That's according to the Washington Post. Their current home, FedEx Field, is located in Prince George's County, Maryland, but the proposed sites for the new stadium would be in Virginia, one proposed site being in Loudoun County and 2 in Prince William County. That's going to do it for today's episode. Our next episode will drop next Monday. We'll look back at the Combine. We'll also look ahead to NFL free agency, the latest news and notes. There are a lot of questions out there as we get ready for free agency, and some decisions by teams and players will greatly impact what other teams go out and do. What are the Seahawks going to do with Russell Wilson long term? What the hell's going on with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals? Will Aaron Rodgers come back? And yeah, until it's official, you got to keep it out there as well. Is Tom Brady really retired? Yeah, lots to break down, lots to sort out ahead of free agency. We will do that next week. As always, hit us up on Twitter at TalkingProFB. You can find me on Twitter at RealMikeCarlyle. Email us, talkingprofootball@gmail.com. We are out of time. We will be back again on Monday for another edition of Talking Pro Football here on the After Hours Podcast Network.
Love combat sports? I have a website for you, cageminds.com. That's CAGEDMINDS.com. Fight news from around the world, in-depth interviews, live event coverage, covering combat sports for over a decade. Established in April 2011. That's cageminds.com.